Yo, welcome to episode 2. True North Trading. How are you? Hope you've all had a great week. So yeah, I'm gonna get this thing started now. Thought I'd introduce a bit of an intro tune to go with the start of the videos. Recapping the last one, it was a little bit plain. So yeah, hope you're all enjoying the new intro. Get us psyched for what I'm about to do, what I'm about to show you. And yeah, let's get this started. So, how's everyone doing? Hope you all had a great trading week. It's been okay for myself. I've been quite poorly actually, but yeah, I've not done too bad. And the end of the week's looking nice. Again, no losses as of yet, but USD CAD is basically, ain't far off stop loss, but it is maybe starting to turn around, but you never know. But EN has wiped USD CAD's negative out of the water anyway. EN's flying, not far off target. We are in a little bit of a pullback, but we are coming to market close. It's Friday the 7th. Let me just double check. I think that's right. Yeah, Friday the 7th of February. Wow, we're already well into 2020 now. So yeah, let's get things started. I'm going to start, as always, with the active trades that we're in and the breakdown as to why we took the trades. So I'm going to start with Euro NZD, which has obviously been it's been nice for us. Let's be honest. Again, starting a daily time frame as always. So the reasons I kind of looked for this buy was for like the next impulsive leg. So what I did was, I think I was monitoring this this pair, and we kind of smashed through this resistance area, and then we had a really strong day. And then so all I was waiting for then was, some negative days to bring us back in around this area before I could look to get in on the next wave up. So I'm just going to go through that now with you and show you why and where I got in the trade. So as you can see, again, zoning out as always. Let's go into the weekly on this one. We are in a nice ascending channel, and we did break out of it. But like, again, as I always said, breakout trend lines are just fake. They don't actually, 9 times out of 10, carry on to do what they're going to do. Not on the higher time frames anyway. Oh yeah, on your lower time frames, but on daily and above, these breakouts of trend lines are nothing really. So onto the daily again. So like I said, we broke through the trend lines, and then I knew obviously we was going to come back within the trend lines, hence the reason I've not moved the trend lines. So again, we got the moves in. Let's drop into the 4-hour. You'll have to bear with me as well, because I've been quite sick earlier in the week, so I may have got a bad chest and headache, so I might not be fully up to it today, but I hope I can do you some good anyway. So yeah, I dropped down onto the 4-hour time frame. You can see we broke through resistance, now became support. So it was in and around that support area where I did want to start looking for long opportunities. So what I did was I dropped onto the 1-hour, and we had quite a bit of a consolidation where this was a nice area of support and also a nice area of resistance. So you can see I've jumped from the bottom of the wick to the top of the wicks, and it was also tested nice there. And this was the area where I started to get into a trade. So what I did was, our first position was, I'll show you now. First position was in and around here. I think after I got the close out of the zone was when I got a first position. My second position, which is this one that I've gone off, is when we got the pullback again, and we got the nice bullish engulfing candle, and that was where I actually entered the trade. So if I actually went to there, that was like my second position. And then obviously from there, we've had the move is, exactly what I expected. Once we got this close outside of this zone, I was confident in longs, but again, we just had the manipulative pullback. Again, taking everyone's stops out. This is where people, when it comes to trading, they're not they're not too clued up. So when they're trading, people just put a random stop loss of 20 pips, 30 pips. No, you don't do that. You calculate your stop loss. You look at areas where, a stop loss is not going to get touched, but within your own risk. So obviously, if you've got a bigger stop, you trade on a smaller lot, plain and simple. There's nothing wrong with that. Just because you're not trading on a one lot doesn't mean that you're not, doing good. If you're trading on a zero point 0.1 instead, but think about it, it's all about longevity. You ain't going to be in this game long if you don't have that risk management plan. And risk management is everything. Trust me, I've blown numerous accounts learning how to trade Forex, and it's all about greed. You don't, you just, all you want to do, you want to be in with the big boys, and that ain't how you last in this game. To do this game, you have to build nice and slow, brick by brick, and eventually you'll get there. So as you can see, again, I got another entry in. So what I did was I waited for the pullback again in and around our original grey support zone, and that's where I took the trade with a nice, again, multiple rejections, doges, doge, spinning top, another doji, bearish, bullish engulfing, and that to me is great price action. We also got a nice pin bar here, so there's numerous opportunities to get into this long trade. And right now, I think so. If we got in at around six, I think it's 6995. So we're 100 pips up, and that's on a slight pullback. At a peak, it was about 115 pips. My target is this blue line here. Reason being, if we go onto the higher time frame, as you may have seen a moment ago, this is where this pair was kind of acted as support, a nice support as well. You've seen multiple rejections. Again, we've already tapped it. So for me, if anything, we could make a double top here before maybe a move down, or if anything, we're going to exceed this and carry on. So what I'm going to see, that is my target. So it would be a nice 128 pip move in over a day. So great little trade. Now I'm going to get onto USD CAD, which has been absolutely agonizing all week. So this was the first trade that I actually sent out this week. But again, we've still not been stopped out. Again, this is what I say to you. I think on this one, I put a 55 pip stop loss. Again, well calculated. Yeah, 55 pips. I'm going for 200 pips. Risk to reward is everything. So, like for me, there, even if I got stopped out in this trade for 55 pips, I'm not too bothered because on my Euro NZD, I'm kind of making that nearly 2 times over, at least 2 times over. So that's where it swings around about. You could lose more trades, but still be a profitable trader. You have to understand that if your risk to reward is a lot greater, then you're going to be a more successful trader. Plain and simple. So I'll break down USD CAD and reasons for why I'm trying to sell USD CAD. We have had NFP today as well, which kind of, I could have blown us out the water, but it didn't. So we've had a nice descending trend line. We've also got a nice Fibonacci retracement. So there's the previous swing high to the swing low, with the retracement up to 78.6. We've gone quite high up to touch a trend line, but then we've had a lot of daily indecision with the wicks, with the candles on the dailies. So as you can see, we've had the bullish move, and then we've started to slow down with a bearish. This is where I started to look for sell opportunities. Then the last few days, again, a bit bullish, but no movement at all. And then today we've had a bit of a push higher, but again, it's not worrying me too much. Like I say, we were not far off. I think it was about 15 pips within stop loss, but could be potentially turning. We had this nice little zone here. If I'm just going to clear this position. Oops. Excuse me. So we've got this nice little grey zone here. Again, I was hoping it would come from underneath this and take this trade. I am going to try and maybe look for another position. If we do start to come down and close below this, I will probably enter another position. But yeah, with this trade here, this is one, like I say, we're not actually stopped out yet. I want to actually let me bring my thingy back. There we go. So yeah, we're not actually stopped out yet. Again, I put the stop loss in and around that resistance area that's been quite strong, held, previous highs and stuff. So again, that's a smart trader. That is someone who's, knows about stop losses. Again, any random person probably would have put 30 pip stop loss, been stopped out, and then all of a sudden the trade's going to turn and, profit. That's where you've got to be on the other side. You've got to think how the 5% of successful traders think. 95% of people will lose, 5% will win. You've got to try and be in that very, very, very fine margin. So that's USD CAD. Again, I just, like I say, I kind of go in as to why I entered the trade. Drop down to lower time frames, which we have. So we have the trend line, touch, third touch. We've had the Fibonacci in our favor, the slowdown on the daily candles, the 4 hours bearish engulfings, and then that was for me there 4 hour bearish engulfing. I think that was actually where I entered, to be honest. For me, that was the moment that we get in the trade. I thought, right, this is plenty of look at this. Wicks rejecting, and all of a sudden, the 4 hour bearish engulfing. That's the opportunity. I still personally feel like we could come low, and as you can see, I've set my target as up to this zone here. So it's a bit. First target could easily be that support there, 131 pips, which is still, like you say, the risk to reward ain't too bad. 2.37, so that's better. It's good. It's a good risk to reward. So you could lose one trade lose one trade. Sorry, 1 minute. Lose 2 trades and win 1, and you'd still be profitable. That's how you need to think in terms of your risk to reward. So that could be my first target. Second target would be this area here, which is around 225 pips. And then potential third targets will be down to the fib completion, 321 pips. We can start to get this move. This would be excellent. But again, we might not see this until next week. US dollar's been fairly strong this week. So, it could not go in our favor, but USD CAD has held pretty firm. Despite the dollar going stronger, USD CAD's actually not really lost just yet. It's kind of been very indecisive, but the USD is just edging it. Canadian dollar, sorry, has not lost. That's what I meant. So yeah, that's USD CAD. I'm just gonna flag them up because they're the only 2 trades that I'm in. Like I said to you, I have been very ill. Last Friday till this Tuesday, I was off. Off work. I went in a good way. I couldn't really look at the laptop. My head was battered. So yeah, I was just really run down, flu. So I just thought, I deserve. I owe you this. So it's why I'm doing it a day late. But I still felt like I didn't want to miss it. I want to get it out there for you. So I'm gonna just shuffle these up. USD, USD CAD, and I'm gonna just go through them now, one by one. Excuse me. So I'm just gonna have a drink. Again, drop me some feedback, drop me some comments, get in touch on the Instagram at TrueNorthFX. Also, I've opened a Twitter account. I'm going to drop that on there. That's like just for trading on purposes only. I'm also got my trading view. You can message me on there. I've dropped that on Insta a few times. And a bit of news as well. So True North FX is me and someone else called Danelle. You might not have heard a lot from Danelle recently because he's been studying at university and things like that, and he's had to kind of concentrate on getting his master's degree, which he has. He's got his master's, he's passed it, but he's also doing something else like an exam, basically just to make him a qualified pharmacist. So he's kind of now coming back into it. He's going to slowly. He's still got to do his revision for that, but he's coming back into it, and he's solely going to concentrate on fundamental analysis. It's just something that he feels works well with himself, and to be honest, he's probably the most clever person I know. So when he looks into all these things and he's hooked in it, he's going to be superb for what we need. So in terms of True North FX, Danelle's going to look after the fundamental side of it. I'm going to personally look after the technical side of it. But both of you still going to mix with each other. But what our aim is to do is to bring him really together and like cement something that's not really out there. There is obviously a lot of people do this, but we want to bring something to you guys that is going to be epic. It's going to be, for everyone. Because I like to say a lot of people struggle with technicals. Fundamentals is a way of kind of getting around the technicals and still being a, successful trader. But again, we'll do a video of that. Hopefully we'll link up. We'll do a bit of a vlog, let you guys know, kind of get to know me, let you guys get to know Danelle. And yeah, it's bright. Me and Danelle started this FX journey together basically nearly 2 years ago. And like I say, just through his exams, he's kind of, had to put FX just on a back burner because at the end of the day, you still need a qualification behind you in whatever you want to do. Like for me, obviously some of you probably may know, some of you may not. I'm a qualified electrician by trade, and for me that's like perfect, the fallback for when FX fails, which I've had in my journey. My first 2 years, I thought I was ready to go as a full-time trader, and I clearly wasn't. But luckily for me, because I've got the qualification, when I failed as a trader, I still had my qualification to go back to work and earn good money. And again, I advise anyone, if you're doing a degree, if you're doing anything college, don't just drop it for FX. Do complete and finish what you need, because for all you know, FX might not work for you. I'm not saying it's not going to, but you need a backup plan. Everyone needs a backup plan in life. So yeah, it'd be excellent if you can all basically tune in as we're trying to grow and grow. Once we grow to a point where things are going really well, we will probably get an office space and do loads of cool stuff from there. But yeah, that's just a little brief on myself and Danelle, and what we want for True North FX. So yeah, there you go. That's just a little recap. So now I'll dive back into the pairs. Not really too much showing GBP CAD right now, so I'm going to skip through. GBP JPY, again at a very interesting level. Sorry, again, you're going to have to bear with me with a coughing. GBP JPY at a nice level here on the daily. We broke through this resistance, now support, acting, testing. So we've had a touchdown. It's like a triple bottom. And I'm going to maybe come next week start to look for long opportunities from in and around this support, because you've also getting a nice inverse head and shoulder pattern. The left shoulder head, maybe a right shoulder. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that's looking nice for long opportunities. And the pound has been relatively weak this week. It's having its up days, it's having its down days. But the JPY obviously is safe haven investment. So whatever kind of fundamentals coming out there, like say coronavirus and things like that, a lot of investors put the money. I kind of mentioned that last week, but a lot of investors put the money into that. So GBP JPY long potential longs for next week. I'm kind of gonna skip through them a little bit because there is a lot of pairs, but I'm gonna go on to USD JPY. This played out to the T. I'm absolutely livid with myself. Like I say, I was ill at the start of the week, so I didn't really get into the charts. I was just resting and sleeping, and I've missed some great trades this week. So this was, if you go back to last week's video and watch the US UJ, and oh no, sorry, I actually didn't do an analysis for UJ last week. But basically, the JPY pairs last week, the previous week my video was, sorry. So the JPY pairs last week, I didn't analyze in the first episode because they weren't really at a place where they needed to be. So then during last week, I was waiting for them all to get to that. And as you can see with the coronavirus news and a lot of investors, the JPY was selling off against a lot of pairs. So GBP JPY, Euro JPY, and I was also sold off heavily. So USD JPY was one that I was monitoring closely, but again, through being ill, I've missed the opportunity. This is a thing with trading. You've got to be in it 100%. If you're not in it 100%, you are going to miss opportunities. And these opportunities are great. As you can see, it's gone for a lot of pips. So we got the previous touch on the trend line. So sorry again. I'm still not well, as you can tell. So we're drawing the Fibonacci retracement to the swing high, and then we start to get the retracement. You can obviously see the stop gap from last week as to where the market opened, and then this week, obviously, we got to where we needed to be. So stop gap, obviously, last week with the corona news, we got the sell-off pressure, seriously heavy pressure. And then this week is when we kind of started to look in and around this area as well. And also, I just want to identify this support area. So this support here of around 18500. It's a key level support you've seen numerous times. It was resistance, now support. Yeah, lots of bounces, lots of touches. This is an area that's holding firm. So I was waiting for this retracement in and around the 61.8 and the 78.6. And also, if you look where it aligned with the trend line, very accurate. So when we dropped onto the lower time frames, this is where when I look back on trades and things, I just gutted that I didn't get in it. The pin bar was absolutely clean cut price action on the 4 hour. You don't get many better pin bars than that. That is mega. So if we'd have dropped down onto the 1 hour, see price, multiple wick rejections, multiple, there you go, got the nice moves, also coming back down, pull back, bit bullish engulfing, but the 4 hour closure alone was just enough to take a trade. So if you'd have took a trade off that 4 hour alone, clean cut price action, what was, you know, it's just what you want to see. If I ping that, this pair moved for over 150 pips by the end of the week, 145 pips. So that would have been a mega trade, and also it could have had an even tighter stop loss. You know, 25 pips. Great trade. Hope some of you out there caught that. Again, myself, I missed that. I'm devastated I did, but I want to put it out there. Obviously, it played to my analysis. You know, I drew the Fibonacci on from here to here, right? This isn't fake. Like, this is not rigged. You can't rig it. This is how it played out to exactly where I wanted it to go. It hit the grey area, perfect. Got a pin bar, obviously. The candle, the analysis is there. You do the analysis. Yeah, you do all the tools you need to put there. Then the candlesticks play out. That's what makes it work. So that's USD JPY. Again, great trade. Euro JPY. I know quite a few people who've caught some nice moves on this. Nice sell off on Euro JPY. And again, for me, I'm now waiting for this next area. This, like I've mentioned in the previous episode, this is one of my favorite trading techniques now with the trend lines, is starting a Fibonacci on a touch of a trend line to the next high. So for me, I'm kind of now waiting. If we went until weekly, it'd look more clear. There we go. So on a weekly, I'm kind of waiting now for a touch in and around these areas. We are starting to slow down. Like I say, we had plenty of candles there. We had a bullish and we've had the bearish. Again, I will be looking for long trades with Euro JPY from in and around these areas, from either here, here, or here. We're looking for plenty of opportunities. Plain and simple. Price action. So that is all you need. Like I said to you, most of the times these breakout trend lines on the higher time, daily and up, the fake outs. I would not be surprised if this comes back into these areas and goes up. Wouldn't surprise me. So that's Euro JPY. AUD USD. This is one, again, now I'm kind of waiting for that pullback back up into in and around the regions. We're kind of making new lows. AUD USD. So again, with this one, what I'm saying to you, not all the time that the trend lines are broken, they come back into play. Not all the time. It's about knowing when that's going to happen. Kind of with the trend lines, you want to play the Fibonacci's. So for me, like say with this one, because it was a clean break and it kept falling outside the trend line. Once it kind of passes so far outside the trend line, like the previous low. So for me, that's when it becomes the trend is when that's when it becomes a different trend. Basically, it changes. So for me, the previous touch on the trend line, that's like your last swing low. So once you get that last swing low broken, and as you can see here, again, clean cut price action for a sell. What an opportunity again that could have taken, but I've not. Once we got that area broken, which we did, and then we got the retracement back up, that was plenty of opportunities there to take a short trade. So if I just remove the Fibonacci, because that's kind of not played into how we would have wanted. If we look there, we've had the clean break, we've come back up, a lot of bullish momentum, then we start to slow down, bearish momentum coming in, we had a few smaller candles, then bearish engulfing. That's a great opportunity there just to take a trade on the 4 hour. So again, if we'd have taken a trade on in and around there, so you're talking at least 50 pips just into the region of where we are now. It's plain and simple, just clear price action. That is all it is to trading. Once you understand the candlestick formations and doing your analysis, making the price action fit within the analysis, that is basically on the way to being a successful trader. So that's AUD USD. I want to just shift them to Euro AUD. Again, missed an opportunity. Perfectly pulled back. So with the breakout of the trend line, support, it was resistance. as you can see there, with the perfect break. Again, I'll talk to you why I didn't trade this, because Euro AUD and Euro NZD are very similar, and I don't like to trade the kind of pairs that are similar. So it's like GA, GN, EA, EN, AUD, USD, NZD, USD. I don't like to trade. I'll only trade one of them. So for me, I picked Euro NZD, and as you can see, Euro NZD was actually the more successful in terms of the trade that's gone furthest. But for those of you out there, again, perfect, nice, beautiful. Look at that pin bar on the daily, finished on daily. That alone talks to you. We've had the pull back into the area. Nice 4-hour bullish engulfing with the nice pullback. Again, 4-hour bullish engulfing, double confirmation. That's, just anything you like to see. And also, this would have moved for a nice 100 pips. There you go. 130 pips, 135 pips. Nice, clean, easy, nice and easy to see. Daily, key area of resistance, clean breakthrough. Got a nice Fibonacci retracement from the last low to the high, 61.8, aligned, acting as support now. We got the pin bar yesterday. That there was a clean, perfect opportunity to then enter. So that's Euro AUD, NZD USD. This one, again, pulled back huge last week. I could have continued this trade. I think we took 100 pips off this last week. Would have let this run, as you can see, over 160 pips, 170 pips. We haven't. I think we left it at 190. I think it was actually about 95 pips. So with this one again, NZD USD, we are out this fully closed. All positions closed because we got to in and around the target on that. I didn't know whether it was going to bounce. Again, we've broke. I wouldn't mind a pull back in and around to these areas now. If we got a pull back into there, I'd look to re-enter and try and get another shot down into this zone here. So that would be my targets for NZD USD. GBP USD, we have now finally broken out of this, what was just chaotic. Oh, I don't even want to talk about it. GBP USD, it's just been absolute messy. It's just, look at it. You didn't know where it was going, what was going to happen. But now we're starting to see price is broke, and I'm sure the bears are going to come in. So I would not be surprised now if we get a nice little pullback up into these areas, and then a nice move continuously back down into around that area. Reason for that, I'll just ping a ray. Obviously, I like to show everyone the nice acting as support, now resistance. There you go. That's a nice target. So yeah, that's that one. GBP USD. Oops, sorry, one moment. Just have to pause. Sorry about that. So I'll just resume. So Euro GBP now, again, it's kind of in an area that's a bit indecisive. Waiting for this pair to see what happens. It's kind of played up to the Fibonacci retracement, but if it goes up onto the 4-hour, kind of played up into in and around the areas. We've had a nice move down, as you can see. I think that's the arrow. Actually, that is the arrow from the last episode, where I said expected price could go to. So with a nice move into that area, in and around there. Just drop into the daily. See where it lines up with. Yep. So go back onto the 4-hour. And then we've kind of pulled back up again. But like I said, the pound's been a bit iffy this week. Euro's also not been too strong. So this is quite a pair. It's a bit indecisive. But again, we are trading below this. Let's say what's these 85 200 zone. We are trading below this. So let's see what happens. We are at a very low point with Euro GBP. Like I say, we're at areas where I haven't really been broken in a long time. No man's land, as you see there, 83, not far off 8,300, which is no man's land, which we touched a few months ago. So we'll see with Euro GBP, see where it can go. say you'd expect the, like you say, pound to get stronger. So we could maybe see the Euro GBP start to fall, but who knows? We'll find out. So let's go on to Euro USD. Again, kind of gone past the area where I was waiting for. So with Euro USD, drew Fibonacci from the last touch on the trend line, clean break, nice retest off that and down. Like I said, again, I repeat, not always that trend lines do the things that you want. Do you know what I mean? So I probably could have picked up a long opportunity in and around these areas and I'd have been well in profit before I get taken out. This is the trouble is people who sell here get the retest. This is the trouble. People who sell here on the retest of a trend line aren't always going to be right. No one's going to be right, but there's a high percentage of traders who trade this way will fail. It does not always work. A lot of the times it can come up and keep going. Like so for someone who's riding a trade down here, riding a trade up here from here to there, you're always going to you're going to have a lot higher percentage because you know the way these people trade, they'll either do that, enter there, yeah, or they're going to try and wait. They're waiting for the pullback. If you're someone who's doing the pullback, you kind of always, you're not going to miss. So even if the trade doesn't carry on, you're going to be well in profit. Do you know what I mean? So again, it's just a little food for thought for people out there. We've now cleared the support area of 1.100. So we will now start to look for a nice little retest up into this area with a move back down. Yeah, in and around that last support, about 100 pips. So for me, my next target would be this area here. There's no reason why Euro USD can't fall to there. So Euro CAD, again within this range, respected the trend line again, breakout, completely fake back down. This is what would have happened. We also probably could have got a Fibonacci retracement on that. Again, be patient with me for this week. I have, like I said, I've missed quite a lot of opportunities, which is a bit annoying, but it's just how it goes. Nice 78.6 retracement. Would have dropped down to the 4-hour time frame. Nice shooting wicks off this zone. We also got a small head and shoulder pattern. Could have entered in and around these areas, but if you'd have got in at the head, drop down onto the 1 hour. Plenty of price action there to have got in. You know, 4 hour. Inverse hammer. Doji. A little bit of an evening star formation, to be honest. If you'd have got a bullish candle, doji, spinning top, bearish, engulfing. Could put your stops in and around them areas. And as you can see, well over, you could have just kept riding and riding and riding. Oh, 120 odd pips right now. Simple as that. Just got to be patient. The opportunities will come to you. So next one is Euro CHF. I think again in the last week we had it looked like we were going to start to get the bull movement back up, but we've not. Just continue Euro CHF just selling off. So yeah, Euro CHF's been a bit of a nightmare this one since the start of the year when I've been trading last year when I've been trading this pair. Just been consistently down, just sell off. But then I thought we might start to see some buyers come in with the euro, but it's not happened. Say, bit of a projected there last week on the 4 hour with a huge 4 hour engulfing. And again, we just didn't get it. It's kind of only peaked about 20 pips, probably not even that. Yeah, well, there you go, 45 pips. So, yeah, there's Euro CHF. Again, it's not interesting to me right now. Nothing, it's not in an area or anything. You could say it's on another touch of the descending trend line, may get the pull back up, but after kind of consolidation, breakout flag pattern, and then when I say a breakout flag pattern as well, I'll just go over this for you. So this is kind of a breakout flag pattern. You've got let me just do that. So there you see a bear flag. So we've come down. Imagine a pole coming down, and then a flag on the end of it. And then we've had the breakout of this area. There you go, and it's carried all the way down. We are also, like say, we've broken below that support area. So I thought we are probably due some sort of pullback, but we're just waiting. But again, Euro CHF is not very lively right now. GA moved higher. Didn't expect it to move that high. So now I'm going to adjust the Fibonacci to around that area there from the previous touch. So I'm going to be looking for setups. So if you can see there now, if I just move that, if you can see where we've kind of touched that wicks, it's now support. This, like you say, we've kind of had it today actually. We've had a nice move today on GA. Again, this is a pair that is very, very liquidated. Liquidate, sorry, there's a lot of liquidity in the GA, GN, EA, EN, a lot of liquidity in those pairs. I'm just gonna briefly go through that. So again, say a bit like Euro NZD I showed you, with the breakout, waited for the pullback down, and aligning within these regions with nice price action, bearish engulfing doji, and then all of a sudden the buyers came into the market, going to the lion, lower time frames, plenty of pin bars, pin bar confirmation, pin bar confirmation, pin bar confirmation. There you go. You also got a bullish engulfing where you could have got in early there, but from the peak of things like that, you got that's a nice pin bar, green pin bar. That's the one you want for. So when it's an uptrend, the green pin bars are the ones that you really want to be seeing. There's a downtrend, the red pin bars. So imagine that, but upside down. But at the top up here, that's the confirmations. But when you still see pin bars rejecting off these areas, that's still a good confirmation. It's showing you that price has tried to push down, and it can't seem to break that. Whether it's a red or green, but obviously green being a stronger confirmation. GBP NZD will be very similar. Yep, as you can see, had the breakout. Again, second touch on the trend line. Had the breakout, the move. It's now tested that area. If we drop down to a lower time frame, nice 4 hour bullish engulfing candle. And I'm just gonna, there you go, over 150 bits. So these pairs literally just go so quick. Take a lot of opportunities on these pairs, and they can get you a lot of money quite quickly. But also, as anything, lose you quite a lot of money quite quickly. But get your risk right, you'll be fine. So that's GBP AUD, GBP NZD, USD Singapore dollar is still rising. I can't believe this. I thought it was going to get a pullback. Look at that beauty go. That is absolutely soared. It's gained hugely. So last week, I think it was in and around this area. So you'll see just how much it's moved this pair. Within a week, you're talking 330 pips. Ridiculous. You see my analysis there? This is what I mean. You play it out. You let the charts play to your analysis. So I was waiting around like a hawk, ready to pounce. And we didn't get it. We got nothing but buyers coming in. So that blew out, my idea of the breakout of the trend line coming back down. That's blown out of the water. So now we will definitely be looking at uptrends on this. So that's the US dollar, Singapore dollar. USD CHF, again, at like a key level. It's now broken a key level. So I'm just going to drop onto the 4 hour. I just highlight that there. We've now broken this level. So it'll be interesting to see how price reacts. We've also broken this trend line. So see this high here. That there would have been a previous high. That's now been broken. That there would have been a previous high. That's now been broken. So now we start to look for trends. If this pair now can reach higher than this for me is when we start to change trend. Trend direction changes once we clear that zone. Right now, we're kind of still within a downtrend. But right now, for now, we have cleared that. So I will be looking for long opportunities up into in and around these areas. So again, there's still plenty of room for maneuver. Still talking, so from in and around these areas, still 50 odd pips to be looked at. But like I say, if we start to see rejection in and around this area, so if I just adjust the Fibonacci down from there to there. Also, if I do the daily, which we are now at that 78.6 region. So like I said to you there, we might start to see the rejection. If not, again, longs up to this area still valid. Perfectly though, in my ideal world, like say you get the fake out breakout, and we'll just eventually adjust the trend line. Short opportunities are the ones that I would like to see. Plenty of room for maneuver in around these. So yeah, that's kind of it. I'm not going to cover UDCHF. There's nothing on that. So again, I've kind of been a bit brief with me and kind of breakdown on these trades. Not been as detailed. Like I say, I've not been in the markets. I've not been glued into them this week due to obviously me not being well. So I've kind of just gone over some pairs, let you see how they have played out to the previous episode. I promise you the next episode will be back to the best. As you can probably tell, I'm still not fully great. You know, it's probably not been a great episode, but you know, I've just tried to get out there. I'm still not fully 100%. I can assure you, the next episode will be smashed, just like the first one. Again, I've tried my best on this one. I hope you all appreciate it. So yeah, again, if there's any questions, please drop us a message at TrueNorthFX on Instagram or TradingView, Corey_1410. And yeah, definitely, like I said, Danelle will be back soon with the fundamental side of things. And yeah, myself, I'll be concentrating on the technicals. So hope you've enjoyed the video. Again, YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.